Alright guys and gals, let's visit the Heartlake City Cafe by LEGO Friends. This is set number 42618, contains 426 bricks, retails for $29.99, and this set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. And yes, I'm getting a little winded saying all that. So, looks like we got ourselves a little scooter. I think that's spring green, and oh, look who we have here. We have Paisley, Olly, and Beatriz. And yeah, and I can tell you right now, that's all stickerfied. Yeah, we're gonna have to put a lot of stickers on that. And here is the back of the box. So this doesn't look too bad. Looks like we get to play inside and do all sorts of stuff. Let's unbox this and see what's inside. It's always a treat to see exactly what's inside of one of these boxes. Looks like we do get some spring green in there. Well, obviously they answered my question, and lots of loose pieces in the box. Oh, I can use that. Okay, if this is packed sloppy, then I don't know what else to say. Yeah, this is just packed horrible. Anything else? Yeah, check your box if you get this set. Yeah, you may have some stuff hiding in the bottom down there. So that's the instruction booklet. So you get one, and I think it just jumps right on into the build. Oh, look, we got Olly. Oh boy, the ladies are going to have fun with him. Alright. And if I could pick that up. And yeah, your typical Friends set. Look at all the stickers. My goodness, we're going to have to put all that on there. Ooh. Belly aching time. And in addition, we have some of these arches. And they're packed loose. Why didn't they put these in a bag? I don't know. I think LEGO's just getting a little cheap on the packing. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. Well, I've been known to be blunt. 16 by 16 stud plate. Great for making terrains and stuff. And we have 3 poly bags. Alright, let's take a look at one here real quick, and yeah. Look at all the, you got the, what is that, light royal blue, or maybe just medium blue window frames? Olly, I found your wig with the beanie cap attached to it. And here we got this. Ooh, wonder how bad those are scratched there. I have a feeling this is going to be a failed packing job. We're going to fail this one, I bet. And there's bag 3. I do see some interesting pieces. Ooh, these leaf pieces are in pink. You also get these too. Oh, this is going to be a fun one to put together. Looks more like a fall theme set than anything else. Well, I'm going to head over to my second channel, assemble it, then come back and tell you my thoughts. We have arrived at the Heartlake City Cafe. As you can tell, there's lots of bright colors in this build. We have Olly, Paisley, and Beatriz. I'm assuming that she's probably the caretaker of the cafe, and the chef, and the street sweeper, all that stuff. And over here we got ourselves a little scooter. Now we're going to take a closer look at everything in a moment or two. Also does come with the helmet. We also have, I think this one is called Judo. I forgot his name already for the dog. Looks like a little pug. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. All this stuff you see is stickers. This is not printed. I wish it was. But it's got a lot of bright colors. Now let's take a look at the inside. Now this is a fully playable model. Look at all that right there. Look at all that stuff you get to do here. You got yourself a nice little kitchen. You get some extra teacups. Something in here fell off. There was a teacup on that. Somebody must have gotten mad and threw it. I didn't do that. Let's see, did it roll off somewhere? Oh, I see, it's way back in there now. Can I get that out? And I'm doing this all ad lib. No, I can't, so it'll stay back there. And basically, you're supposed to set this in here. You got your full kitchen, you got pastries, and yeah, we'll take a closer look. Let's do that. That's much better. So here we have some pastries in a display cabinet. Got some cubby holes with eggs, some wheat, and I think that's butter in there. 2 little ovens. These do open up. And yeah, somebody was obviously burning their pastries in there. Look at that. It's not too yummy. Then we got one on the top here. And I gotta love Lego and their humor. And if you don't have long fingernails, good luck opening those up. Also got ourselves a little mixer and coffee machine, if you want to call it that. I like this little register. That's printed. Also got a couple cakes in the windows. One right there. That clock is printed, and that looks pretty cool. I thought this was some kind of thing to display on the outside, but I think this is a portion of the inside of the cafe. So that right there is probably a trophy. So I think the roof is supposed to go up a little higher than this, but that's all that they provided. Let's take a look at the exterior. Butterfly up there. Here's the sign. There's Olly. And Paisley. And Beatriz. I think his name is Juno, the dog. And yeah, there's a place to park your scooter. I think the scooter's supposed to go in here. Like that. This does open up. There's a pastry inside of there, but it's hard to deal with it with one hand. So you have to take my word for it. They got a butterfly up in the trees. Lots of nice, cool pastel colors in this build. Somebody left their croissant outside. That's not going to be too yummy. And for the most part, as you can tell, it's a fully playable model. Look at all the stuff you can do in here. Well, here are my thoughts. Let's start the review with build experience, and honestly this is a very nice set. It was very easy to follow. I didn't really have anything come apart except for maybe this flimsy tree. Just feels like it's just tacked in there, and this little chef's hat in the back. Other than that, it's pretty good for what it is. The build did keep my interest, which is really nice. I think it's due to the nice bright colors in the build. As you can see, we have the spring greens. We do have some cool yellow. We have the pink, the bright flame yellowish orange, and overall it's just an attention getter. Really nice. For play value, there's a lot of things you can do here. You do have the 3 mini dolls, you got the scooter, and plenty of accessories as you saw inside. So you can see right here, all this stuff here you could use for your own creations and stuff. Look at all this you can do. You can play with the set as is, you can add on to it, or if you want, just rob these out of here and put them in your own mocks and your own city displays. I mean, look, you get the oven and all this stuff. So it's really good. So in addition to playing with this, you can do that as well. There's a lot of things you can do here. Now, since it is an open back, no roof, you can't just simply put this in a Lego city. It's going to look really funny. So it's up to you, the builder, to finish this off, or use the parts to make other creations. There's lots of good pieces in here to get you started. But the main thing in this set is accessories. Lots of clutter items, as you saw in the kitchen, that you can use for other builds. So overall, it is a nice set for play. As far as for collaborative build, no, this is not a collaborative build at all. This is meant to be a solo build, so this is meant for you and you alone to build. You can't share the festivities. No group building with this one. So my final score in this set is going to be a 7.9. Just a little bit for stickers. I'm dinging off a whole point for the scuffed pieces, and there's no brick separator. And for the set having the abundance amount of parts, why wasn't a brick separator included? I don't know. It would have been nice to have that. So that's probably the only 3 things I'm really going after on this set. But overall, it is a really nice building set. You get a lot of stuff here. So tell me what you think.